And man, that looks just cool, right? Feels lively. I think the agility of this is not in the front end, but in the mid pegs. Maybe a little bit on the front end. You get a little more bar pull, but just how I'm sitting puts my weight a little more forward, and I can scoot up more, get a little more sporting position. Welcome to MCC Just Motos. Royal Enfield offers a slew of 650cc middleweight motorcycles. While the power plant is generally the same between them, each of the 5 different models offers quite a different look and surprisingly different feel from each other. I've been fortunate enough to ride them all. Visiting Gearhead Junction in Pembrook, Virginia, I was able to ride the Super Meteor 650 and Shotgun 650 back to back. My hands-on review of the Shotgun 650 surprised me in a way I did not expect, with my thoughts seemingly always comparing it to the Super Meteor 650, which was fresh in my memory banks. I'm not sure the specific class this motorcycle represents. Is it a cruiser, a standard, a sporty bobber? Does it do it all? The answer can only be had by throwing a leg over. So come along with me and let's head for a ride on this really cool machine. Hey guys, it's Andy. I'm at Gearhead Junction in Pembrook, Virginia. It's demo day. It's a little cloudy outside. I'm about to take the Shotgun 650. True story, this is not the most recent Royal Enfield available in America. Well, it kind of is, but the Himalayan 450 is coming. I had to decide between a Shotgun and a Himalayan 450, but I'm excited. I've never ridden the Shotgun. It's more mid controls. It came out as a concept bike as the SG650. I'm in my airbag vest if you want to know what I'm wearing. My first time wearing it, Alpine Stars. So let's hop on. I'll tell you my thoughts and we'll go for a ride. All right, guys, there's your Shotgun 650. Comes in some fun colors. It's the last of the 650 Royal Enfields that I've ridden. Parallel twin, 270-degree crank. I think it's 45 horse, 60 torque. I don't know, something like that. I'll get the numbers on the screen. Mid controls, almost standard handlebars. You have a removable pillion seat, and man, that looks just cool, right? All sorts of fun colors. It does have a center stand, but let's get on. I'll tell you what it feels like. Before we do that, we're gonna get a sound check. There we go. That's so cool. Okay. So pretty quiet. I know if you get aftermarket pipes, these things just sound amazing, right? Standard analog gauges, and I'm 5'9.5", 31 inch inseam. I cannot quite flat foot, tippy toe-ish, mid flat foot. Mirror some good standard analog gauges, standard Royal Enfield controls with the tripper nav. You have mid controls instead of 4 controls on the Shotgun 650. All right, let's go for a spin. I'll tell you my thoughts right off the bat. Well, let's pull out and I'll give you my thoughts. There's a definite feel of this one difference between this and like a INT 650. This feels a little taller. Right off the bat, I do notice a little bit more vibration on this one than on the Shotgun 650. I'm leaning more forward on this one. It's almost similar to the INT 650 feeling of the handlebar weight. You are sitting on top. This one feels sitting on top, but I can't stand up. Your feet are slightly forward. It's not completely. You can move up, forward, and back on the seat a lot more on this one and get some more English movement on it, meaning you can move around a lot more in the seat on this and find a more comfortable seating position. I think the way I feel like I want to ride this is as close to the tank as I can, gripping it with my legs. Is this one feeling right off the bat more nimble at speed than the Super Meteor? No, it's not. I think this has a smaller front diameter tire, but I'm not noticing, at least at speed, a much difference. Right off the bat, yeah, right off the bat, the brakes are good. They're a little grabby on the rear compared to, again, the Super Meteor. Downshift's nice. Let's go. I think is it raining? Looks like it might be. It's a very smooth engine, but I am feeling some more vibes in this than the Super Meteor. Is it quicker turning in than the Super Meteor? And I keep going back to that. I think maybe a tiny bit. Is it more sporting? Yeah, it is. I can tell. All right. At least in... Oh, hello, dear. Yeah, it definitely is a little bit more sporting. But not dramatically. That is for sure. Not dramatically more. Kind of get down lower, it feels that way for sure. And the brake is a little more touchy. You can flow this bike a little more and keep up the speed a little bit more. Yep, definitely have more speed in this bike. That's a fun, lively pull of an engine. It might be a little tuned differently than the Super Meteor just because of the exhaust shape, but not really that much different. A nice, hearty mid-range. And top end pull, you can see definitely get some speed there. It feels lively. I think the agility of this is not in the front end, but in the mid pegs. Maybe a little bit on the front end. You get a little more bar pull, but just how I'm sitting puts my weight a little more forward, and I can scoot up more, get a little more sporting position. And it carries speed nicely. Get on the brakes. Brake pull's fine. This is to me, to be honest with you, it feels very much like a standard, like a standard motorcycle from the past. Surprisingly though, there are a lot more vibes that I feel on this bike than the Super Meteor. It's a little more stable than the INT 650, I think, but not tremendously. It has a little less chassis flex than the INT 650. But I kind of like that feeling of that chassis flex on that bike. I think it matches up nice. I think the bars feel good, and I get more control of the bars, but I actually think I felt a little more front end on the Super Meteor 650, believe it or not, and definitely more so on the INT 650. It's kind of like a cross between the two. This bike is. Feeling a little bit of heat on my left side, but again, I've been riding this one a little harder than the others, just because it carries the speed well. I'm gonna head back to Gearhead and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, I like the fit and finish. I think the blacked out looks cool on it. I think it's a cool looking bike. I think if I was gonna spend my own money, I think I'd go with the Super Meteor 650. The difference in what you get is that Super Meteor 650 was a more comfortable ride for me. It felt like a stronger pull throughout the rev range, even though this was a little quicker. That felt like a stronger pull through the rev range, and I felt more feedback on the front end, even though this does have upside down forks. I think the forward controls definitely felt better than the mid controls, and it was less vibrating. That being said, this is a fantastic motorcycle. I'm going to give a huge thank you to Royal Enfield and Gearhead Junction in Pembrook, Virginia. You got to check them out. It's a wonderful demo day. They're very cool. A lot of style. I think the cool part is, all these 650s, you'll be able to pick and choose which one best suits you. For me, it was a Super Meteor 650. That was my favorite. I mean, but here's a really cool Continental GT, right? So really cool. Guys, please like and subscribe. Drop some comments below, and we'll catch you in the next episode.